Hello, Way of the Rose community. I'm here to offer Day 37, the Joyful Mysteries, with this current Novena, which is the Crucifixion. And at the moment, I have been experiencing my own crucifixion as a dancer and mover and swimmer. I have leg fracture. Thankfully, I have about a week left in this brace where I get my next appointment for my x-ray. So I've been going through my own crucifixion at the moment. And I've had to find alternative ways to move my body, but also to rest more and to move less, which is a challenge, and I am still there in the challenge. And I want to share a movement today that I've found in a lot of my moving explorations over the years that has connected me into the crucifixion. And that is, I have had experiences of holding one palm with the other hand, because as we know of the crucifixion, instead of being tied to the cross, Jesus, or Jeshua, is nailed with the hands and the 2 feet together. And I'm going to forget if there's another nail. But right now, I'm just focusing on the nails to the hands and the nails to the feet. And if you want to be literal in your movement in your body, you can actually, lay on the floor, cross your feet, and just notice what that feels like for you in your body. And in my own explorations, I have really come to value moving with my thumb in the center of my hands and supporting it. And I've become aware of that this holds more than just the pain of the crucifixion, but also the care of others. And so there have been a lot of amazing reflections, and I've had time, because of being home, reading those reflections. So I'm offering you today this movement of exploration. Is what does it feel like when you really put pressure into that palm and start to move around it. You can first just start using one hand to move the other. And of course, there'll be a time when you have a little fatigue and you want to try the other hand. But for the sake of this video, I'm holding my left hand with my right hand right now and just really putting in some deep pressure. And first, it's just the simple act of taking one hand and moving the other. And then, of course, you can make this still and move your body around it. And what does that invoke and evoke in you? And of course, I feel some physical tenderness, or physical, achiness is not quite the right word, but I do feel when there's pressure here, it can be rather intense. But what is it like to feel this? And imagining if we were physically nailed to the cross. Because what these sorrowful mysteries really invoke in us is that we hold all of this, and often at the same time, the joyful, the glorious, and the sorrowful, all at the same time. It's like sometimes things are polar opposite, and yet we realize, especially with experience, that we can hold all of this and not necessarily get overwhelmed. There are times, though, of course, when a sorrowful mystery will override us and overwhelm us, and we'll be in that sorrow. And if we are, then sometimes we just need to allow it to hold us and feel it, because as we often say, the only way to address some of these things is through it, and not to avoid, push away, but to allow ourselves to be changed and altered by these sorrows. So as I'm moving with this, I also become more aware I've got to change sides too, of my hands and what my hands offer. And the other place in this mystery of the hands is the three Marys that were there to hold the dying body, or the body as the life force transitions. Three women, three Marys were there to receive Jeshua in their arms through their hands. And what is that like, to receive that sorrow, to feel life ebbing and flowing and leaving the body? And perhaps you might notice the energeticness of your hands, and perhaps you can bring them closer, open and close a little bit, and what for you feels meaningful or connecting in this kind of exploration. I know this movement for me helps me become more integrated and anchored into myself through the midline, but it may mean something totally different for you. And of course, bringing it here closer to my heart is about reminding myself always, no matter what mystery I'm enduring in my life, to come back and return to my heart's desire. And if we can keep reminding ourselves of our heart's desire, this supports us as we live through all the mysteries, and especially the sorrowful ones. And have a beautiful day, and may you continue to receive nurturance and support on your path. Many blessings.